small talk. Why is small talk actually important? You're probably thinking, oh, I'm not good at small talk. Small talk's rubbish. You don't need small talk. It's just pointless. Why is it actually important for you to learn small talk and practice and even master small talk? So it's a valuable skill that can help you connect with others in like a social situation and even professional working situations. There needs to be a bit of an icebreaker, otherwise it can be a bit stiff. So if you're in a social situation, you're with one friend, but that friend's with another friend, but your friend goes to the toilet, so you're stuck with one friend that you don't know, you've never met. So you're a bit like, what do? Just stand there holding your drink like... So you're gonna need small talk. You're gonna need the skill of small talk to get conversations going, just to get it flowing a bit. You're gonna need those skills. I always like to start with number 0, which is mindset. Like you might have this mindset of, oh, I'm on the spectrum, I'm autistic, I'm this, I'm that. I'm not good at social situations. I'm not good at talking to people. Throw that mindset away now. Don't ever say that to yourself again. Just say to yourself, yes, I can improve my social skills. Yes, I can improve my small talk. Yes, I can. Forget can't, forget impossible. Just don't even use those words anymore. I can improve my social skills. Say it now. I hope you said it. I hope you're saying it. Number 1, be approachable and confident. So when you're in a social situation and you've got no choice but to talk to someone that you don't really know for whatever reason, just make sure that you're smiling. Make sure that you're smiling. Smiling is a very important skill. I've met quite a few autists in my life where they don't smile. For some reason, they're on the spectrum. They don't quite have that sort of need or want to smile. Maybe they can't smile. Maybe they don't really know how to smile. I don't know. So make sure that you smile, because you could just generally come across as moody or weird. I've met quite a few autists where I'm talking to them and I think they're not really smiling. They don't really seem engaged with me. They don't seem like they really give a shit of what I'm saying. Then they will continue talking to me. I think, what is up with this person? Why does this person seem moody but then talk to me? And then they say they're on the spectrum. Okay. So I've met a lot of people that don't smile. And to be honest with you, I think smiling is a very important ingredient in any conversation. You come across as a very friendly, warm guy or gal, whatever you are. Even as I smile now in this conversation between you and I, or me and my camera, I feel better just smiling. I just feel better talking to you, smiling. I don't know what it is about smiling. I think when you're like your skin goes up like that, it's pulling your face like that. I think it just tells your brain that you're smiling, so you're in a good mood, you're happy, so naturally you just feel happy. I look like a weirdo, just like... When you're alone, go and practice in the bathroom mirrors. Don't worry about, oh, it's awkward, I'm just gonna be looking in the mirror. Like, don't worry, because no one's around, no one's gonna watch you. Just practice smiling. Next time you're in a conversation with someone at work or at school, just practice smiling and try and keep your body language open. Don't be closed off. Don't be sitting in a corner with your legs crossed. Don't just look at your phone scrolling on TikTok or anything like that. If you're in a social situation, you're just sitting there scrolling, flicking, looking at short form content, you look like a dumbass. Like, I'm gonna put it out there now, you look like a weirdo. Just don't do that, please. I know you might feel, oh, my friend's gone to the toilet or something, or my friends are talking to other people, I'm standing on my own. Oh, let's get my phone out. All right, maybe pretend to text. That can be quite good, I guess, but don't just sit and scroll. Don't do that. So try and have an open body language, open to communication, open. Just this is the sort of thing you can practice. You can even practice that in the mirror. You can even practice standing with one drink in your hand and looking a bit more inviting. Because if you're all closed off and awkward and shady, no one is going to want to talk to you. No one will talk to you. No girls are going to talk to you. No guys are going to talk to you. Yeah, so be more approachable and look confident. Just act confident. Start acting confident. Even if you don't feel like you are, just start acting like you are. And eye contact. And this is, again, another separate video I'm going to make, but eye contact is important. Now, imagine if I were talking to you now and I'm not even talking to you. I'm just talking. I am talking to you, but I'm not looking at you. I'm kind of looking away. I'm looking around. I'm looking down because I'm awkward. Hang on a minute, mate. Just kind of look me in the eye a bit. You don't have to very intensely look in the eyes, but you do have to look in the eye. It sounds cringy, but it's like the eyes are the gateway to the soul. And when you're looking into someone's eyes, it feels a lot more personal and warm, and you don't have to always be like, yeah, tell me more, tell me everything. I was never that good at eye contact growing up because I was on the spectrum. I wasn't really that good at eye contact, but I practice eye contact. I think I'm good at eye contact now. I never used to be, but so yeah, practice your eye contact. Number 2 would be to talk about surroundings. So for example, if you're from the UK, it's very common to talk about the weather. We love talking about the weather because one day it's nice and sunny and beautiful. Next day it's windy, it's rainy. So for example, an icebreaker would be, weather's pretty shit today, isn't it? Then you can tell a story about, like, for example, a year ago, 2 years ago, I saw out in this storm one day, someone walking down the road. Next thing you know, a tile come flying off the roof and nearly hit him, and he was right past him. You can tell that story. But it happened a year ago. Just pretend it happened 5 minutes ago. They're not going to fact check you and go, where? Which tile? Which person? Let's go and find it now, just in case you're lying. They're not going to do that. Just tell the story, and it's just an icebreaker. Or if you're at a current event, if you're at like an art museum or something, then talk about the piece of art. If you're at a bar watching football, talk about who's playing now. Oh yeah, Liverpool are doing they aren't they? Yeah, or I don't know, I don't watch football, but talk about like what's around you. Just kind of use what's going on as like a point of talking. Oh, it's cold in here, isn't it? Or quite busy today. It's quite a nice turnout, this event. Or how do you know Jack then? Because Jack's hosting the party, for example. How do you know Jack then? Oh, I went to school with him. So yeah, start talking about your surroundings or surround you. Just note what's around you and start talking about it. Number 3 will be to ask open-ended conversations. So avoid yes/no questions, because this can just lead to dead answers. How's your weekend? Yeah, good. Yours? Yeah, good. Okay, yeah, it's a dead answer, dead conversation, and it can become awkward. Almost like going, how are you? Yeah, good, thanks. You? Yeah, fine. See ya, yeah. it's just gonna be awkward. Instead of, did you have a good weekend? Yeah, good. You can try, what did you do this weekend? What was the highlight of your weekend? So something like that. It's not just a yeah, good, yeah, great, no, not really, a sort of answer. It's just going to start flowing to an open conversation. Then you can ask other questions about the conversation. All of a sudden, you're just engaging with this guy or girl you don't know. And next thing you know, you could really bond with this person. You could even bond with this girl. Next thing you know, you got a number. Number 4, actually listen. Right, listen here. You haven't just snorted a line of Charlie. Actually pay attention and listen to what they're saying. Actually listen to what they're saying. Don't just be like, so what's the highlight of your week? And then start looking over there and looking around and start looking at the TV, or actually listen to what they are saying, not just on what you're about to say next. Like I said, you haven't just sniffed a line of just start paying attention to what they are saying. And to make it look a bit like you're interested, do a few nods, start doing some acknowledgements, say a few things like, okay, interesting, I see. Just a few of those, but don't just keep doing it every second. Okay, just every now and then, every 10 seconds, figure it out. You can figure that out. Just make it look like you're interested. Just a few gestures, a few verbal gestures. Just make it look like you actually give a what they're saying. If you do, you probably do care what they're saying, but I often find with a lot of autistic people, they're not showing that they care. They show that they don't care. So other people might be a bit like, oh, this guy seems a bit, Also ask follow-up questions. If you're genuinely interested and you've got something to ask him or her, just ask follow-up questions. You can do it. Number 5, be positive and enthusiastic. If you're able to master this skill of being a positive, enthusiastic person, it can be contagious, because people love being around people who are happy and energetic and positive. When you can kind of tap into that energy, people love to be around you. When you can tap into this, like, really good, you're positive, you're energetic, kind of like how I'm starting to be now. I'm getting a bit more riled up. I'm just in a better mood. I'm smiling. I'm kind of combining all the skills. I'm smiling, and people love that energy. People love that magnetic energy. So if you can practice that and learn that, master that, people are going to love being around you in no time. Avoid complaining, avoid negativity. Don't moan to someone that you don't really know about. Oh, my girlfriend has had a fallout with her and things aren't going well, and oh, she's such a bitch. Oh, she's this. Oh, she's that. Oh, I had a fallout with some guy at work. And it's like, oh, okay, mate, I don't care. I don't want to hear about your negativity. I don't know you. I don't want to hear about your girlfriend. I don't want to hear about all your negative shit in your life. I don't want to hear about it because I don't know you. Unless I'm your counsellor, which I'm not. I've just met you in a social situation. Don't tell me about all your negative shit. It brings down the conversation. All of a sudden, you become negative and you don't really... Basically, no one likes negative people. Like I said, people love enthusiastic, positive people, and the opposite is negative, obviously. People don't want to be around negative people. If you're that guy that's always negative, people aren't going to want to talk to you. They might accidentally bump into you and get into a conversation with you, but they're not going to want to talk to you, if that makes sense. So if you've got things to complain about, complain to your parents, complain to your best friend in the pub whilst you're having a beer. Don't complain to people you don't really know. You don't want to do that. Number 6, exit gracefully. Keep it brief. Don't overdo it. Don't bore the other guy to death. If you don't feel connected to this person, which you probably won't overly feel connected, because if you're anything like me, a little bit autistic, you don't overly connect to people as much as the average person. The average person might just feel a bit of connection, but you might feel a connection to somebody different. You might feel connection to somebody who also is on the spectrum of autism or neurodiverse in some way, or if they have this similar interest that you have, you might have a particular interest you like, and they might have this interest that they like. If you don't feel connected to this person, keep it brief, exit the conversation. Don't just look at them and go, yep, bored now, and go, obviously. Don't say, anyway, gonna go. Kind of give yourself a reason to exit the conversation. If you want to exit a conversation that you don't feel connected to, just say something like, oh, I've got to go now. I've got to go to the toilet. That's kind of like an easy one. Oh, anyway, do excuse me. I've got to go outside and text someone. The signal here is rubbish. Or I've got to go to the toilet. Just anything like that. And okay, lovely to meet you. Handshake, keep it brief. Don't bore the other person to death because they won't want to be around you because you'll be known as a guy who just talks and talks and talks and talks. And again, I've known autistic people, bless them, they just talk at you. They'll talk at you about their interests and their life. And I've literally barely got a good morning in there. Hello, how are you? And they just told me 5 minutes of their life. So I kind of feel a bit like, oh, I can't be bothered to talk to them. They'll just keep talking at me. So don't talk at them. Don't overly do it. Exit gracefully. There's always another time to talk to this person if you really connect to them. There's other times. There's other conversations to have another time. So don't worry. Last but not least, practice makes perfect. You've heard that saying before in many things. Practice makes perfect in social situations. Practice makes perfect in small talk, okay? Practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. I just want to drill that into your head. So you might go into a social situation and you're trying to do small talk, you're trying to be social, but you're not that good yet. Maybe because you're on the spectrum of autism, it might not be as easy for you. That's fine. I completely understand. But you can still learn social skills. It just might take you a little bit longer than the average person. So like I say, practice makes perfect. The more you practice, the better you will become. The more you practice small talk, the better you will become. Start reading some books on it as well. If you've got spare time, buy a book on social skills. There are many books out there on social skills. So why don't you get a book? Why don't you be above the average person and go and get a book on social skills? Go and go on Amazon now and look up a book on social skills, or go onto Google and type in books for social skills. You can be that person that actually really looks in on social skills. You could seriously become better than the average person at social skills. You can be above the average person because you're actually researching and learning on how to do it. And also, to kind of top it off, this sounds cringy and overused, but trust me, be yourself. Just be yourself. Or more ultimately, the best version of yourself, which is what this kind of video is. I want you to train yourself to be the best version of yourself. As if you're right now not the best at social situations, and you can just learn and become good at social situations. You can learn small talk. So be the best version of yourself, because that is the way that you will make a better connection with other people, like a more genuine connection. Thank you for watching.